all in search of the world's meaning, but especially of our meaning in the world. What am I meant to do in this life? Especially in our 20s, this question seems to be so loud in our minds. Partly because of the societal expectations to have it all figured out by the time you finish college or you're at this age. What do you want to spend your life doing? Where you want to do it? And with whom? But what if you don't know? What if, for a mere moment, you would stop listening to those voices pressuring you to make the right and responsible decision and just ask yourself, what do I really want to do? Am I even allowed to ask that? Am I mature enough to think that I can decide it by myself? Should I be consulting with my family first? But what if they don't agree? What if this crazy dream of mine that I'd be chasing would lead me to unhappiness, or I'll be broke after it all? Maybe it's better to go on a safe path. After all, everyone does it, and they seem to be living a pretty decent life. Living a safe life is easy, but daring to dream bigger requires a lot of courage, a lot of confidence that you could actually make it. But what would this world be if it weren't for the dreamers? We wouldn't be able to fly across countries and FaceTime with relatives far away, or even have a computer the size of our pocket to be our camera, map, library, and cell phone at the same time if some visionaries at some point hadn't said, this will be possible one day, even when everyone thought they were crazy. Now, even if we don't come up with the next groundbreaking piece of tech, I think we can still dream of being the next best thing. We only have to know what that is. What would you do as a job if money didn't matter at all in this world? Think about it for a second. That's how we know. There's this concept you may have heard about called Ikigai. It's the intersection between what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. And I think it's so beautiful that Ikigai translates to a reason for being from Japanese. Like, your reason for being in this world. Like, what's your meaning? So if you're still unsure what yours is, maybe looking at this picture and figuring a few things out for yourself might help. And I think this could serve as such good guidance because now it's not just a childish dream anymore, but a plan to live a happy life doing what you love while you can also give back to the world and pay your bills in the process. But maybe there's more than one thing that you want to do. And that's great too. journaling today, and as I'm about to graduate college this semester, I was thinking about what I've achieved in the last 4 years of uni. Like something that I can be proud of. And I just panicked because other than my degree, my YouTube channel, and a few jobs here and there and activities, I couldn't really explain what I've been doing. Like, I feel like I've grown so much in these years and really discovered myself and worked a lot on developing good habits and organization skills and cooking, and read a lot and worked on my mental health and really got interested in mindfulness and the power of meditation and yoga and the mind and body connection overall. And I spend hours to weeks to months practicing and getting better at these things, and I feel different. I feel wiser and more mature and most of all in control of my own self. But I can't really prove it in any way, you know? Like there's no paper that can certify that I've mastered some of these skills, even though I still have a lot of work to do still. But all of these things are non-quantifiable, and I feel like, especially in our 20s, we really feel like we have to prove our worth either in academics or later when we apply for jobs and internships. Like we have to sell ourselves and present what we've done and what we're good at and why others would be lucky to have us on their teams. But some things like working on your mental health and really learning how to handle your emotions are things that we're confronted with maybe for the first time in our 20s, but also things that we can't really certify. But just remember that it doesn't make it less of an achievement that you did master all these things, or that you did work on all those attributes that make you a better adult, a better person in the end, and get you a step closer to the best version of yourself that I believe we're all trying to get to. So remember that any small thing that you notice about yourself in your 20s and work towards improving it is actually a big win for you, even if you're not able to prove it right away or certify it. In fact, everyone needs to master the self-search and self-awareness at some point in their lives. So the sooner we do it, ideally in our 20s, the sooner we'll discover ourselves, what we're good at, what we're afraid of, what we suck at and really need to improve, where we're disorganized, and all the things we need to work on. And the sooner we'll know how to design our best life, because now we know where our strength and our weaknesses lie, so we can work on getting better from as early on as possible. Maybe you spend a lot of time socializing during these years, becoming better at talking to people and getting to know other people, and even learning to be a good listener. Maybe you were spending your free time learning about how things are done in different countries, or learning more about the world's history or geopolitics, or preoccupied your time with philosophical questions like, what is happiness? Is it just chemicals flowing through your brain, or is it something more? Maybe you got interested in ecology or climate change and how to contribute less to the increasing problem the world faces right now through global warming. Or maybe you invested your time in making new friends while also learning how to take care of your old relationship. These are all things that shape your view of the world and make you a better conversation partner and overall a better person to be around. Are they all quantifiable? Of course not. But even if you can't prove your worth with them to an employer or to your family, you should be proud that you've mastered them already. Because some people reach their 50s realizing they never thought about what they really wanted, where their fears and insecurities came from, and how they affected their quality of life. And even then, one can still change and become better. So you should be proud of everything you've achieved until now in this sense, as little and as non-quantifiable as it is, because it's yours and will forever be there to shape you into a better you. And as an advice, because I know we're all guilty of it, don't compare yourself to
people your age who seem to have it all together. I used to do this all the time, and it would only bring me down and make me miserable and not want to work towards my goals anymore because they seemed all so untangible. But remember that we all have our own trajectories, and yeah, some people might have a head start thanks to their families, but we can all get where we want to be if we dream big enough, are persistent enough and disciplined while working towards our goals, and stay smart enough to know that we actually never fail. We just learn it under lesson. And just know that you might be lost in this world for now, but you will always be your own home, your own comfort and safe place. So be kind to yourself.